Afshan, Daphne here. Lovely to hear from you again. I gather that you did your academic, you did your general IELTS, but now you need academic, is that right? And you need a high grade. I remember you writing really, really well. I remember working with you and it was lovely. So thank you for coming back to us. Really appreciate that. So here we go. Do you think it's better for students to work before uni? Why? Share reasons and examples. So my first comment here would be I would cut the length of this. This is really long. And I think if you're under pressure to write, for the exam and everything else, and you need your high score, it's better to really almost write a little bit less and get it perfect than feel you have to write so much. So I'd aim for around 350. Yeah, even 330, a good 330 is fantastic. You don't need to go up to 370, okay? So educational experts have debated whether it will be beneficial for students to pursue a job before enrolling in university education or not. Good, lovely start. In my opinion, I completely agree that would not only help them earn a strong financial support, but also could act as an opportunity to learn more about their fields of study. Really nice. Now, we wouldn't earn financial support, so that's the wrong word choice there. So the only thing you could earn is you could earn financial stability, okay, or you earn a wage, really, or you could save money for your studies, something like that. But you can't earn financial, so this word support is not right. Opportunity to learn more about their field of study to be followed later at university. Really nice. I love that. Very, very good start. Firstly, indulging in full-time work. Now, we don't use this word. Yeah, you indulge in something very luxurious and lovely, like I might indulge in a glass of wine, or I might indulge in eating lots of chocolate. It's something kind of luxurious, okay? So rather than indulging, embarking on. So I would you do indulge in, but here I'm embarking on full-time work would help students save money for their tuition fees. Good. This is to say, universities such as Harvard, charge a hefty amount of money, good, from students in order to provide them with quality education, which can be very difficult to pay if students do not have savings in their bank accounts. Excellent work. Rather than here pay, I would go fund. So we pay for something, but we fund something like university education. But otherwise lovely. If, for instance, Amit Shah, a famous dentist, had not employed in Amazon, now had not been employed, he didn't employ himself, so you need to go into passive here, had not been employed at Amazon actually. So present perfect, but the passive, so he was employed by them. So employed at Amazon or even by Amazon as a warehouse associate before embarking upon his dental, he would not have been able to pay the down payment. You pay off a debt, but you make a down payment actually. So, okay, what do you mean? Maybe you do mean pay off, in which case it isn't down payment, it's debt. Okay, so pay off the, so here, you'd use debt, we would say. I know what you mean by down payment, but we don't use it quite that way for universities. The debt for his fees, which was $40,000, you could put here amounting to $40,000, okay? Wow, lovely writing here, fabulous, love it. Improve intelligent choice. You're using would a lot. I would, would is a little bit different, but here, because you're making a suggestion, you really need could, might, could or might. So not would actually here. So it could prove an intelligent choice for students to opt for a job before acquiring secondary so as to save money. Absolutely, very clear, really nice development there. So if I was going to cut, I would just tidy up that example. You could take some words out of that example. It's very interesting, but you could reduce that. Secondly, now I'm not very keen on, since you're going to write at a high level now, this, firstly, secondly, is not very sophisticated. And Ellen, my colleague, would argue that if you do firstly, secondly, you cannot get to band 7. I mean, she's very hard on it. So what I would recommend here is that you just start embarking on. So start here. You don't need that. Start strong here. Yeah. And here you could have additionally. Yeah. Or furthermore. So one of those nice higher level linking words would be way better here. Okay, so I'm going to put those in pink because we really like those. Okay, so remember that for the next time in your structure. If you're contrasting, obviously you can have however, yeah, something like that. So let's go with additionally. Real life experience gained through work could help students, explore the areas of interest in studies. In other words, I don't think you need in other words. Yeah, I mean, we know what you mean. Subjects like medical sciences, as further classified into is fine, but you could just have one word, including, yeah, and I wouldn't have name a few, too relaxed. So I would go subjects like medical science, including biology, chemistry, could be, you don't need which, could be rather confusing to students unless they worked in a similar environment before pursuing studies. You've got a very, very long sentence here. Could be confusing to choose from. Rather than, so instead of less, from, without prior investigation. Yeah, or work experience in the field. Okay, so please don't think I'm being brutal, but I kind of am being brutal because you just don't need all these words. They're not really, I mean, they're lovely, they're very good, but they're not helping the coherence because it's almost too much to get to the point. I want you to get to the point without prior investigation or work experience in the field. Okay, for example, in his recent interview in the Times, accepted that working in a rocket manufacturing allowed him, accepted that, explained that maybe, or acknowledged. Either of those, not accepted, allowed him to clearly visualize and confirm his future subject to study, comma, aeronautical, to take out that. Yeah? Thus, one of the potential benefits is helping pupils to understand. So you help someone to do something. That's important to understand. Okay. Really, really good work. I love it. I hope you understand why I'm doing this editing. In conclusion, I strongly believe that opting to work prior to commencement uni empowers students to become financially strong and gain a clear insight into the fields they wish to pursue in the imminent future. This trend will help hundreds of thousands of very nice, but also lucrative. It's this repetition of future. So I'd cut that and I'd put the future here. I think we need it here more than there. Okay, really, really nice essay. That is so good. I mean, for me, absolutely on your band 7 there. Really, really nice writing. So let's have a look at this task 1. So we're comparing 2 bar charts. Okay, global spending and global population in different countries. Okay, so spending on these 5 items and population in those countries. Okay. Shows money spent by people globally in 5 areas, good, and others, as well as potential population Who reside? Which resides? So population is people. So you have to have who, either residing in or who reside in. Okay, good. People throughout the world spend 24% of their money on food, which is exactly double the amount. You don't need to repeat of expenses. You can just go amount spent on housing facilities. Surprisingly, clothes only accounts for 6. Now, you might be surprised, but somebody else might not be. So it is really, really important in IELTS. In this one, no personal comment. That is a personal comment. No personal comment. You could have notably, yeah, or you could have better would be in contrast, because you're contrasting it with what's come first. In contrast, clothing, yeah, compared to this, which was very high. The other area, oh, the other, yeah, it's very confusing that. I kind of want to put that in here. Uses the highest financial resources while the food and sector account for, good, very nice, good, very clearly done, because you don't have much time for that, do you? Or much space. From the second chart, you could put, if you need to fill up the room. Okay, Asia consumes. Now, consume is to eat, really, or to kind of, yeah, I mean, think of it like eat and have or buy or whatever. So accounts for. Okay, the world's largest population. Okay. Largest population by a significant margin at 57%. So I want to make the point that this is very different from everybody else. Yeah. Okay, you could group those together. You could say you could group these two. So these ones at around or between 10 and 14%, and then you could make that one different. I would make that one Africa as a separate line. Okay, so you could connect it together with while the population in Africa was or is currently X times lower than that Asia. So what I want to be getting into in here is this nice contrasting word. While is a great word, and then this nice contrasting structure, X times lower than that of. Yeah, so we're going for the complex structures, which is going to score marks. Overall, highest amount of money spent in others area with lowest invested. Yeah, host a maximum number of people. Okay, really nice. So personally, I like having the overall sentence here. For me, that's more logical because it's kind of like your intro. Otherwise, that's a good answer. Well done. So remember to group the information. So you could be, as I said, grouping these two, even grouping those, and then contrasting those two. Group where you can. That is a really important skill. Okay, well done.